Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of Classic City Talks, our video series where we're just going to give you our more rapid fire takes. If you want the full unedited conversation of us talking about college football, you can find that on Spotify.
Yeah, so what we're doing here today is we're going to go through and give you our own AP polls, preseason AP polls. The preseason AP poll has recently just come out, but we'll compare that to ours at the end of the show. But this is our own takes on who we think should be where. And with that, let's just get right into it. Who you got at number one?
Yeah, number one, real quick, Alabama. Bryce Young, great quarterback, won the Heisman. You got guys like Will Anderson who are Heisman candidates returning. Can't deny it.
I also think Alabama. I mean, Will Anderson, he might even win the Heisman this year. We'll
definitely
see. But they're kind of definitely at the top of mine.
Yeah.
Number two, who you got?
Two, I'm taking Georgia. A lot of people like Ohio State, but I think that Georgia has an underrated offense. A lot of good guys in that wide receiver tight end room. And while they did lose a lot of guys on defense, good recruiting, and I think they have the culture to bring next man up mentality.
Yeah, and this was one I switched on the unedited version. I put Georgia here instead of Ohio State. And like Mike said, I think that I give them the edge just because we're unsure about Ohio State's secondary. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Ohio State number 3 on my list, though. How about you?
Yeah, I also have Ohio State at 3. I really like C.J. Stroud, but, their offense took a hit losing Chris Olave and stuff. That's not the main issue. I'm really worried about their defense. They were one of the worst in the Big Ten. I mean, that's what ended their season. So,
New defensive coordinator, though.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State.
They have a lot to prove with their defense. If they get that together, then I think they would be deserving of 2, but I don't see anything to put them over Georgia right now.
All right. On to number 4, then. I have Clemson.
All right.
This was a contested take last time, but I think I would not want to play Clemson week 1. And I think they're going to figure some things out. If DJ doesn't work out, then they're going to go switch up things to Cade pretty quickly. So I think they will be a force to be reckoned with again this year.
Yeah. I've vacillated on Clemson as well. But, hey, the AP poll, they have Clemson at 4. Yeah. Me, my take, which is I think is pretty hot, and if you watch the full version, Wes disagrees a lot. I have Texas A&M. I think that, they're obviously really good at recruiting, another number 1 class. In 2021, they had the 3rd best defense in terms of points allowed per game, and I think that if they can get a good, better than average quarterback, I think that they'll be really good. They were able to win big games and lose games they shouldn't have lost, but with Calzada, who's a 3-star quarterback, so I think that if they get someone a little bit better than him, then they have a bright future ahead of them.
I may have given you a little bit too much grief for that one. 2 seasons ago they only lost 1 game.
Exactly, they're close.
So. We'll see. All right, number 5, who you got?
5, I have Notre Dame. A little less controversial. Their season last year kind of is underrated by everyone else that outshone them. They went 11-2. Their defense is supposed to be better this year. Again, similar to A&M, if they can get that quarterback situation figured out, they have a couple of good offensive weapons to help them out. So, yeah, I think they have a very tough season with the games they have, but also a high ceiling.
Yeah, I got Notre Dame close on my list, but I actually went with Michigan over them. Mm-hmm. I love Michigan. No, you're not a fan of their quarterback, but they got J.J. McCarthy back there, too, so they have 2 options there.
Yeah.
And I think they just return enough that they will battle in the Big Ten, battle it out with Ohio State. Mm-hmm. So Michigan 5 on my list, Notre Dame number 6. Like Mike was saying, I like them a lot. Marcus Freeman, excited to see what he does in his first year.
Mm-hmm. And for me at number 6, I have Clemson, so close to Wes. Not at 4, but I do think that a lot of people are overlooking them because they had a down year. I don't think that's the end of the Clemson dynasty. Their defense, in terms of points allowed, was 2nd best in the country behind Georgia. They're retaining a lot of starters. Obviously, offense needs work with how DJ performed, but they're saying he looks better. We'll see if that's true or not.
He's having fun.
Yeah. So, again, higher ceiling. I think they had a down rebuild year, if you say. So, yeah, I think they'll be back.
All right. Who you got at number 7?
Me at number 7, I have Utah. Might be a little high, but I really liked Utah last year. I really like their coaching. They have been through a lot as a team together with losing 2 teammates in one season. but they stayed focused, and they absolutely decimated Oregon twice.
Yeah.
Cameron Rising is returning with that offense. And at the end of the year, while they didn't have everyone on Ohio State's team, they lost them by 3 points in the game of the year. So again, they're retaining that offense. I think that Utah has it in them. They got that dog in them.
Yeah. My number 7, I got Michigan State. I love Mel Tucker. They got big shoes to fill at running back, but I think that they'll get things figured out, and I like the coaching culture there. So they're my number 7. Number 8, I got Oklahoma State. Big 12 is going to be a battle this year. I'm excited to see who wins it. And Oklahoma State, I like Gundy. I can't put Oklahoma ahead of them, so had to go with the Cowboys there.
Yeah, Wes and I agree on this. I also have Oklahoma State at 8. They've kind of been, they were hyped up, I feel like, a while ago, earlier in the summer, and now they've kind of, feel like people are getting more comfortable with Oklahoma. I like Oklahoma State more. They were inches away from making the playoff. Spencer Sanders returning with 7 offensive starters. They got a bunch of guys who are looking good in spring. Question, obviously, is their defense. They're retaining 4 starters. Recruiting class isn't great. Lost their defensive coordinator. So, yes, very worried about that. But this is a unit that has played together, and they almost made the playoffs. So, I like them. And again, as Wes said, Mike Gundy is one of my favorite coaches. I really like that guy.
And they're bringing in Derek Mason as their new defensive coordinator. So we'll see how that turns out.
We talked about that, while he had a kind of a lackluster career at Vanderbilt. It's good to have head coaches on your coaching staff.
Yeah, exactly. All right, number 9, who you got?
Number 9, this is definitely my hottest take, I think. I have USC. I think this is the epitome of a team with a high ceiling.
Yeah,
it's too early to see. They have 20 transfers coming in. Obviously, it's going to take time to develop that culture. Lincoln Riley, personally not a huge fan of him, but can't deny what he's able to do with developing quarterbacks. Really like Caleb Williams. He's bringing a wide receiver Mario Williams, quarterback Latrell McCutcheon with him, and a bunch of really good guys from across the country. So there are 2 worlds. One of them, USC flames out because they are not ready to work with each other. Or 2, they hit the ground running, and it's like, wow, this is a team that can make the playoffs.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sleeping on USC this year, but hopefully they prove me wrong. My number 9, I put Oklahoma. Kind of a different take than the USC Lincoln Riley one, but I think Oklahoma still has a lot of pieces to work with, and they're going to be a lot better than people expect. I think they got second or first best odds to win the Big 12 this year. So I got them at number 9 on my list. Number 10. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just real quick, they are Brent Venables.
Yeah.
We said this on the podcast. They have Brent Venables coming in as their head coach. Obviously, had a great career at Clemson, and he worked at Oklahoma for 12 years coaching. So
see how he pans out.
I think it's a pretty good fit.
Good hire.
All right. So what you got at 10?
Number 10, I got Utah. Mike had them at 7, but I dropped them a few polls. We'll really find out if they belong in the top 10 week 1 at Florida. So I'm excited for that game. But I like the Utes. You already said a lot about them, so I'm not going to go into much. Number 10, Utah for me.
All right, yeah. Number 10 for me, I got Michigan. I know Wes had them at, what, do you have them 5?
Yeah.
I think that Michigan had a great last year. They have to replace Aiden Hutchinson, though. Hassan Haskins at running back. And I don't really like Caden McNamara as a quarterback. I think that he's just a lackluster quarterback. So, losing those big guys, yes, they're going to be good, but I don't know if I could put them on the edge of the playoffs. So,
all right. Number 11, who you got?
11, I have Michigan State, and I agree with Wes in that I really like this team. They were overshadowed. They still went 11-2. They have to rebuild a lot of positions, but they have some decent transfers coming in. Who's gonna replace Kenneth Walker III, like Wes said for running back? Biggest thing with them though is quarterback Peyton Thorne. I think that he was really underrated last year.
Yeah.
I have him here. He had over 3,200 passing yards, 27 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. Pretty solid numbers for a quarterback we didn't really talk about last year. So, 11-2 season. Like it. They have some positions to fill, but good team.
Yeah. My number 11, I got ridiculed for this last time, but I have Oregon. And I'm pretty sure on the AP poll that they have them at number 11 too.
Oh, my gosh.
This was a nail, hit that nail on the head. But
wow.
I like Oregon. I like the Ducks. I'm just appalled by the 17.5 line against Georgia week 1. But I'm taking Oregon on that line. Spoiler alert for that show, but I like the Ducks. I like Dan Lanning. I'm excited to see what he does there. Another situation, just like Oklahoma, he has a lot of pieces to work with. Bo Nix transferred in. I think he'll win the starting job.
Okay.
Oregon, most fun state in the U.S.
He's having
fun. So, Oregon, number 11.
All right, for my number 12, I am taking Kentucky. Solid SEC team. 2021 was good, 10-3 or 10-3 season. They had some close games, so that doesn't reflect. I think they were better than a lot of people think last year, and I think they're going to be good this year as well.
Yeah, I got Kentucky close on my list, but I actually went with Baylor at number 12. Kind of a high pick for some people, but I'm loving on the Bears. I'm not sleeping on them. Dave Aranda, love that coaching staff, so I think they'll battle it out for the Big 12 again.
Another team that had they finished like 5th or 6th in final rankings.
And at 13, I have Kentucky. So, like Mike said, I love Levis. He's sleeping on him, but I'm not.
Yeah.
We'll see how he pans out. But
I think there's some stuff to prove, but I think he's a solid quarterback.
Yeah.
So. All right, at 13, I have Wake Forest, 11-3 in 2021. And as Wes and I were talking, sometimes news breaks and you don't know you've already made your list. So I like them because Sam Hartman, I think he's a great quarterback. Over 4,000 yards, 39 touchdowns, but he's actually stepped away from football for now. So
medical injuries.
Yeah. So
undisclosed.
Not really sure what's going on there, but if he returns, I think that's a really good team. Their defense is bad, but they still made the title game. And again, if Hartman's back, I really like him as a quarterback. So
yeah, good pick. All right, number 14. I got Texas A&M here. So Mike's number 14. I got it 14, but we'll see which one of us ends up being right about them. I think they'll be better than 14. But I just can't warrant putting them. I think their win total was at like 7.4 is their projected win line. So we'll see.
I would bet the over on that if you could. All right, who do you have at 14?
Texas A&M. So you're 14 up.
My 14. I'm taking Oklahoma. Obviously lost a lot of people. Lincoln Riley, coach, Caleb Williams, Mario Williams, Latrell McCutcheon. A lot of losses. But Brent Venables, great career at Clemson. All that good stuff, and they are bringing in a lot of transfers. So I think it'll be a rebuild year, but yeah, they could totally win the Big 12. But I can't put them higher until I see something.
I like it. Who you got 15?
15, I have NC State, underrated ACC team. Beat Clemson last year. Biggest thing, though, they are returning so many guys. 8 starters on offense, 9 starters on defense. Not a good recruiting class, but again, this is a solid team.
Yeah.
And they've worked together, so can't deny that going into a new season.
Yeah, I like the Wolfpack. I'm not going to say anything down about them. My 15, I got Penn State.
Whoa.
Mike is not a fan of this one.
Not a big fan.
I think, Penn State's projected to win 8 games, more than Texas A&M. I think that at the end of the season they'll pan out. James Franklin, they got a good quarterback now, so we'll see what he can do.
Penn State never fails to disappoint, unfortunately. But hey, we'll see. Maybe this is the year.
16.
I got Texas.
Me too.
Yes. All right. Well, we both agree.
One agree.
They are not on the AP Top 25, which I thought they would put them somewhere.
Everybody loves the Texas hype.
Exactly. It's every year we go through this, but the year we do it, they're not there. Lots of questions surrounding this team. Obviously, 7th highest in football power index at 16.7. They got Quinn Ewers, 5-star quarterback from Ohio State. Does he get the start? Regardless, yes. I think he does.
Oh, for sure.
And I think he's really good.
Robinson in the backfield, too. I like them.
Talking about news changing things, we actually did hear that 2 of their wide receivers, I believe, hurt themselves before the season.
And a lineman, so that'll be tough. But.
Yeah, that'll be tough. But again, so many good guys coming into this Texas team that I think that if they're able to work together around Ewers or whoever's starting at quarterback, that could be a good team. They're getting Billingsley from Alabama. Wes isn't a huge fan of him, but I think, solid guys coming into this team. 5th overall recruiting class, so.
Yeah.
They got to be back eventually. Why not this year?
Got to be back eventually. I like it. All right, I'm not going to say too much about them, but I also have them at 16, like I said, so.
So you got it 17.
17, I got Cincinnati, the Bearcats.
All right.
I'm a huge fan of them. I think that not Gus Malzahn, but that's a spoiler alert for later. But I think they'll win the AAC again pretty easily, and not going to be pushing for a playoff spot this year, but still pushing the rankings for sure.
All right. Yeah, I don't have them on my list, but, they had a very fun season last year. So, yeah, I could see them getting into the rankings, definitely. 17, for me, I have Pitt. Even without Kenny Pickett, I think this team should be pretty good. They're getting Keaton Slovis, who is statistically not a bad quarterback, returning 8 offensive starters and 7 defensive starters. So will this unit be able to function without Kenny Pickett at the helm? I think that it has a good potential to be ranked in the top 25.
I agree. We'll see. We'll see how Pitt pans out.
Yeah.
18, I got another ACC school. I got Miami.
Okay.
I like the Hurricanes, man. I love Mario Cristobal. Head coach going back to his alma mater is dangerous, as we've seen with Kirby Smart. So, and I think Miami actually has the pieces in place. It won't be 3-4 years until he gets his recruiting class in. I think they'll hit the ground running, and they will be pretty good this year.
Yeah,
definitely good next year.
I like that. I don't have them in my top 25, but another team that I think is definitely a little slept on this year. Love Mario Cristobal. They got a lot to prove.
Yeah.
18 for me. I got LSU. Last season was not good. Brian Kelly, though, he's a solid coach. Can't argue with that career at Notre Dame. 15 transfers coming in.
I miss Coach O. I'm gonna.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Brian Kelly's gonna be a great coach. But
talk about just a complete collapse. Winning the Natty and then it's just all gone. Oh. Yeah, but Brian Kelly had a solid career at Notre Dame. This team's getting 15 transfers in. Again, uncertainty at the quarterback position, but I think that their ceiling's a little higher than people are giving them credit for.
Yeah, not a bad pick. I don't have them on my list, but I can totally see how you warranted that.
Once you get to the bottom of the list here, there's always a couple like, I could see them being on mine.
Exactly. That's why we're running through it kind of quick.
Yeah.
These ones are kind of toss-ups once you get to 20. Yeah. But 19, I got Ole Miss.
All right.
The Rebels. I love Zach Evans. I think that he's going to carry that team on his back. And even if the quarterback doesn't work out, I think that if Dart does work out, they'll be scary.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Egg Bowl this year. Should be fun. For me at 19, I have Tennessee, so another SEC school. Hendon Hooker, impressive last season. 7-6 record does not do it justice. He had just under 3,000 yards, but the biggest thing was 31 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
He said it himself earlier. Obviously this is, he's biased, but he said that he thinks that their offense is, quote, unstoppable. So we'll see. Again, this Tennessee team, will their defense step up? I think that if they have a better than average defense, that's a scary Tennessee team.
That's true. The defense is a big question mark there. Yeah,
definitely.
But I saw someone putting them in like the top 10 in their ranking.
That's a bit high for me. But yeah, no, I would say don't sleep on them. They are definitely a force to be reckoned with. All
right, number 20, I got Pitt. Right. So like Mike was talking about, great team. I think that they're a little bit of a rebuilding piece, but they'll still be in contention for some ACC games going into the season.
Yeah. All right, for my 20, I have Baylor. Wes touched a lot on them earlier. I could see them going higher. I think their last season, they had a great year. Can't deny it. So impressive 12-2 record. There's some questions on their secondary, which is what I'm really worried about. Will they be able to stop the deep ball attack?
Yeah.
So if they are, go a couple weeks into the season, they're not getting shredded in the secondary. Yeah, that's going to be a good team, definitely.
I like it. 21, who you got?
21, I have Ole Miss. Wes kind of summed it up. Zach Evans is awesome. Yeah. He's just, the guy's amazing. He played at TCU this past year? Yeah,
averaged 7 yards a carry.
That's crazy. Can't deny that. I liked Matt Corral at quarterback, so we'll see how Jackson Dart does. But yeah, I think this team is also, like I said, the Egg Bowl is going to be interesting this year.
Yeah. Mississippi State's a good team too.
Yeah.
All right, my 21, I have UCF. I was talking earlier, I mentioned Gus Malzahn. I like him. I think he was let go from Auburn too early. And UCF, a lot of people have Houston over them, but I think that they'll prove a lot of people wrong this season.
Awesome. What are we on to, 22? Yeah, for 22, for me, I have Oregon. I know Wes had them a lot higher. I personally, 17.5 is a little high, but I think that this is just not a great team for what they used to be. Dan Lanning, obviously great. He's a good fit for them. Great career at Georgia. New quarterback, Bo Nix. I mean, is Bo Nix back? We'll see. But they have reasons to be hopeful, I think. Decent transfers, number 13 class, but I just think this is a team that needs time to develop. But they're definitely in the hunt for the the Pac-12, but I can't put them higher than the 20s.
Gotcha. 22 for me, I got the Razorbacks of Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
I love Arkansas. I think AP poll had them a lot higher than 22, but
Really? Okay.
they play in that just tough SEC West, so
Yeah.
it's hard to warrant them going a lot higher. But I think that Sam Pittman will get the job done again this year, so we'll see.
Great culture there. They got a lot to bright future ahead of them.
Yeah.
23, who you got?
I got NC State, the Wolfpack.
Okay.
Looking back on this, we made these in the a little bit past now, but I think that I should put them a little bit higher. I think they were 13 or 12 in the AP poll. You'll see.
Yeah,
them
they're
just a
pretty
second.
high.
But I love the Wolfpack. Mike talked about them earlier. 17 starters coming back. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, awesome. Enough said. 23, funny enough, I have North Carolina. So disappointing 2021 for them. They a lot of people are talking about them winning ACC. So if they can pull it together, their offense is not bad. Can they get that quarterback situation figured out? And defense, I think that they'll be okay. So I think they'll be a mediocre ACC team this year, but again, brighter future than I think a lot of people say.
Yeah. All right, 24, who you got?
24, I have Wisconsin.
Me too.
Oh, nice. All right. Yeah, I forgot we had 24, same one. Defense last year. Wisconsin's defense was amazing. Bad recruiting class this year, lost some starters, but still, they're retaining a lot of those guys. Their offense, though, is so bad. There's just nothing good to talk about there. So the reason they're on my list is because their defense is good.
Yeah, they're probably going to run away with the Big Ten West there.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that. I think Wisconsin is also going to be a force to be reckoned with this year. Got them at 24. 25, last team in the rankings, I got BYU.
Okay.
A couple teams have to go into BYU this year. I think that's going to be a lot harder of an atmosphere to play in than a lot of people think.
Mm-hmm.
They're returning only 8 starters, but they were really good last year. It'll be interesting to see what they look like this year.
Yeah, no, I like it. I think that's another team that people kind of forget about. Mm-hmm. So, for 25 for me, I have South Carolina. Obviously, Shane Beamer, I think, is a great coach for them. Yeah. He's developing a good culture. I think that maybe Spencer Rattler just needs a new environment. Yeah, maybe he'll thrive there. And I think that if he is going to thrive in a new environment, it'd be a place like South Carolina, which is a great culture, fans that are committed. They're ready. They're hungry. So got to put them at 25.
Danger game, trap game for Georgia at
Definitely,
South Carolina this year.
Got to be careful there. They'll get it done, but it'll be a fun game.
All right, well, there you have it, our top 25 lists. You're going to see them up here right now. And then what do you think? Where did we put teams? Too high, too low? Let us know in the comments. And here's the AP poll, the true AP poll that just came out. So you can give that a look, compare it to ours. But see how we did. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, as we said, if you want the full version of us talking about all our picks, that's on Spotify. So we, again, appreciate you guys watching, and tune back in for the next episode.